Hey, welcome to Shavasana series. I hope you're enjoying this series if you have been attending these Sunday classes. If not, please dive in. I'm having this respite, having this pause during the week, especially on Sundays, is a really nice reset for your week. So, and again, like the video if you like it, so that other people know that you liked it, and then subscribe to the channel, and you'll get a notification of when videos come out. Tuesdays, we have live at 6 o'clock Central, 30 minutes of jumping on the mat and shaking it down. I like to call that the stand still for a moment class. We're just pausing in a physical way. And then the Sunday is about the mental and emotional pausing. We get our bodies stretched out so that we can take a nice long relaxation. And if you haven't met our newest family member, this is Sugar the Skull Crusher. And she's been here with us for about a week, and she's an absolutely perfect yoga dog. She spends most of her classes sitting up here, which I'm hoping she'll do again today. You want to come up, up, up? Good girl. So loving her so much. Um, Oh, maybe she won't do it today. We'll see. So what I thought we could do today is use a chair. If you have a chair, please grab that. If you have a bolster, a yoga bolster, or a big pillow or a block, grab that. What we're going to focus on today is stretching out the lower back. We want this class to stay very quick because we know that taking the time out for the day is not easy. So we're going to try to keep it within a half an hour. This class will be about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I want you to encourage yourself to relax for 15 or 20 minutes after the video is over. This is so gushy. It's just so hard not to gush it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn to our chair. Now, when we move our body, we want to notice that how we turn the position of our hands is how we turn the shoulders, right? As you know, right? So when we're going into this series here, we want to notice how we're gripping the chair. You can decide what you're needing. Maybe it's palms down. I'm going to do it today where I'm holding the edge of the chair because I really want to broaden my back. But you can play around with that as you want. Now, double check that your chair is on the mat so it doesn't slide, because no fun. I mean, maybe it would be fun, but the crash would not be so fun. Okay, so here we are. We're going to take our heels right underneath our hips. Our feet are hip distance apart. And all we're going to do is just check in on our Samavriti, which is that even breath. So the wrists are under the shoulders, the ankles are under the hips, the feet are hip distance apart, the hands are shoulder distance apart. And I'm just going to breathe here, noticing that lower back. Let's do 8 breaths together, just like this. Now, as you're playing here in this posture, keep floating those armpits up. So in other words, we don't want to have a dumping of our weight in the wrist. There's a quality of pushing the chair down, but also lifting the armpits up. 2 more big breaths. Then now stepping back and come into more of a downward dog. Ears are now in line with the shoulders. Those of you who are holding the edge of the chair, see if you can pull the chair apart. When you pull the chair apart, do you feel this opening between the shoulder blades? If you want to get a little bit deeper, you could even bend your knees a little bit. Weight that pelvis down as well. Keep pulling apart the chair. Keep bending those knees if you need to.
One more big breath. Beautiful. Very, very nice. And coming forward and standing up. How was that?
Okay, we're going to do one leg at a time. Same thing, step back. Take a big inhale, reach those arms up, feel your shoulders. Exhale, bring those hands down. Just lift those arms up, spread those shoulder blades away from one another, and then bring those arms down. Maybe even turning the head as needed, as wanted. We're preparing our body for rest, right? Preparing our body for rest. And exhale, tip it over again, finding what we call the monkey pose. You could also do this on the kitchen sink. You could hold the edge of the sink and do this. Reach back here. Again, bend the knees if you need to. Drop your head if that feels nice. And pull the chair apart. See if you can breathe behind your heart. Okay, one leg at a time. Pull yourself up. Step the left foot forward. Double check that your knee is staying right over that ankle. And we're going to spin the heel up. So it's just a little bit of a lunge here. Just a little bit of a lunge. Most important is to keep this left knee over the left ankle. Some of you may want to come down into the knee, bringing to the floor here. That's a nice little back bend. If you're feeling pretty dynamic, you could interlace your fingers and take the thumbs behind the head, closing those elbows. Just letting the body have these big yawns. As you're feeling the head on the thumbs, double check that you have a little bit of a tilt of the chin downward. So it's almost like the base of your head, the lower back of your head is reaching up. One more deep breath. Beautiful. We're going to come through a transition and we're going to move to the other side. Curl those back toes under. Strong lunge here. If you feel secure, push into the chair and go back to your ears aligned with shoulders, downward dog, and we'll flip a ruby. Let's take the other leg forward. Again, please double check that that knee is staying right over the ankle. That's going to protect the Achilles. You don't want to strain. Turning that back heel up, ideally bringing it right over the toes. I said ideally, but there is no ideal, right? Finding what works for you always. If you would like to bring your knee down, you can bring your knee down, spread those back toes. If you did it on the other side, close those dolphin arms here, elbows squeezing together, thumbs pressing, the head pressing into the thumbs, the lower back of the head is lifting. Deep breaths. Preparing for a nice rest. 2. And again, curling those back toes under, stepping back. See how long you can make your spine. If you're pulling the chair apart, pull it apart. Pull it apart and feel what's happening to those shoulder blades. Breathe deeply into those shoulder blades.
Keep dropping that tailbone length through that lower back. This long spine. 2 more breaths. And beautiful. Come on down. And down, 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 down. And now to rest. If there's something else that you would like to do to prepare yourself, just make sure you're not doing more and then skipping the relaxation, because this is really what this is about. To get into it, using a bolster or a block, we're going to sit on it. And we're going to turn and take our legs in the chair. So this is a little shoulder stand prep. If you have any injuries in the neck or you have recent eye surgery or high blood pressure, it's not recommended. You could always do this posture without the block underneath your hips and just have the hips on the ground. This is a little bit more. And you're just allowing yourself to feel the blood coming out of the legs, giving yourself a nice little pause. Focusing on evenly weighting down the heels, left and right heel are even. Hips are level. Feeling the same weight on both shoulder blades. On the arms. And that the nose is looking directly to the sky. So take your time to get here. If you need a blanket, if you need a pillow under your head, if you would rather take your heels up and tie them together so that you're not having to think about holding them, you make this really yours. It's a perfect way to drain out, like really let yourself drain out. So take another 30 seconds to 45 seconds to figure out what you want to be in, what position. And when you're ready, move towards that stillness. Start moving towards it. Relaxing the little muscles around the eyes, relaxing the jaw and the throat. You could imagine that your tongue is dropping to the bottom of your mouth. All the little muscles around your eyes can soften, even the gripping around the scalp. Think of that area between your shoulder blades and think about it almost like a pat of butter on a skillet, just relaxing all the muscles between those shoulder blades at the base of your neck, just letting go. Across the shoulders, across the front of your chest, even the heads of your arms can drop. Do you want to turn those palms up? Does that feel more open in the shoulders? Do you want to turn the palms down? So we are moving into what we call residing in the true nature. So having some time right now to really be with yourself quietly. So we're not thinking, we're not feeling, we're not getting caught in any story of the past or a story of the future. We are just residing in this presence, presencing, getting present. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to be done, said.
It's just getting to be here on this inhale, cool air in the nostrils and warm air out. Inhale, cool air in. Exhale, warm air out. If you want to practice even a deeper awareness, challenge yourself not to make an even breathing pattern, but just let yourself be as is. So no technique now. What's that like for you? Enjoy. And as always, may this be a benefit to you. Deep, deep, deep bows.